So let's take a look at the top five that Frank outlined over at the site. And I want to start with number one here, Zach Kassian. He's got 2 more years left at a $3.2 million AAV. If the Oilers were to buy him out this year, well, that number would drop to just 660K, meaning they would save over $2.5 million this season. They would then save 1.4 million the year after, and then they'd have to endure 2 years of a $960,000 cap penalty, you can call it. I think this is Cassian's number one for a reason. I think this makes a ton of sense for the Edmonton Oilers. You're a team who has 3 pending RFAs and Ryan McLeod, Jesse Puljujarvi, and Kyler Yamamoto. If you want to sign those 3 and bring back Brett Kulak, who was probably their best defenseman in the playoffs, and if Mike Smith goes, you need a new goalie, and you maybe want to look at signing Evander Kane or finding a way to replace his production. Okay, well, I just counted off 6 things you need to do with $7 million, right? Or sorry, about $11 million with Klefbom on LTIR right now. You might need to sacrifice the overpaid bottom 6 winger, even if you like his intangibles and you like Kassian in the room, you like his physical edge. He scored a couple of big goals in the playoffs. I'm not saying he's a useless player at all, but he's grossly overpaid for a guy who's likely going to sit on your 4th line next season. I think this is kind of a no-brainer for the Oilers if you can't find a team to take his deal.
Yeah, I think you're right, Tyler. And the big if there is if you can't find a team. And you mentioned Kassian still has some utility. So for a team that, again, we talked about it before, for a team that isn't going for it and has the cap space and can take on a $3.2 million cap hit, if you can give them an asset for that, then you save the full 3.2, right? And but the fact that it's only 900 and change, it's basically an entry level contract in the first year, 2 entry level contracts in the second year, and then back to kind of a league minimum 3rd and 4th year. It's not that bad, right? You could look at that and say, hey, that gives us savings in each of the next 2 years, and we'll worry about years 3 and 4 down the road. I still think Kassian has some value and could be traded. But if at the end of the day they can't find a home for him, then yeah, you're right. It's on here for a reason because the mathematics of it do make sense.